Hi there, y'all. It's Tanisha, also known as Crafty with Creation Location. I am here today to show you all a quick tutorial on how to recreate the paper plate holders. I did a tutorial on how to make them out of these Dollar Tree shelves, these wood wall shelves. They've got the string in them. They come in a couple of sizes. Well, apparently folks are having a hard time finding these shelves in Dollar Trees in other places in the country. I'm in Kansas City and I found them in several stores, not so much in other places. So I'm going to show you how to make these paper plate holders out of the tumbling tower blocks. We're going to use these instead of the wall shelves, okay? And I think I've got it outlined pretty good. This is the farmhouse one. Now, I haven't figured out how to recreate this fence side. Of course, you can buy these panels at your local Dollar Tree, but I will definitely show you how to complete this box with these. Stay tuned. So the supplies that I use to put this tumbling tower paper towel holder together are three boxes of the tumbling tower blocks, the knockoff Jenga blocks. I did use both glue sticks, high temp glue, gun, and wood glue. And then I like their chalkboard paint. It looks real nice against the wood. Or they have gel stain I found at my Dollar Tree. This wasn't quite as dark as I wanted it. I wanted it a darker shade, so we opted for paint. And then, of course, your Cricut lettering. And that's it. All right, so you're gonna need 3 boxes of the tumbling towers. I have figured, and I did a little math and I made a little picture, that you're going to use a total of 200 blocks. That will be 3 packs. There's 72 blocks in each pack, so you're gonna have a few left over, okay? So 200 blocks, 3 packs, and what we're going to do is make 25 sets of 8, okay? So I had already started counting some out. 25 sets of 8, and then we're going to glue those together, okay? So let's get these boxes opened. Well, one more of these boxes open, and I'll get my count done, and I'll show you how to glue these together. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so. Okay, now I have counted out 25 sets of 8, okay? There's 25 sets of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? And what we're going to do, using, I like this super glue, wood glue from Dollar Tree. And then I also use my glue gun. What happens with this is the glue gun will help it to, and this is a very high temp glue gun, by the way, gets up to almost 400 degrees. The hot glue lets it seal right quick, and then the wood glue will help it to seal more permanent, okay? So I use a combination of the two, and I also will use a carpenter square. That helps me keep my blocks nice and straight, using that 90-degree angle, okay? So what we're going to do is glue our blocks together, laying flat like this, 8 sets, 25 times. I've heard that the super glue gel works good for this type of gluing as well. I haven't had much luck with that for me. This is the method that I have found works best for me. I'm going to put a nice layer of glue on one tumbling tower block. On the other, I'm going to add a line of hot glue. And then I'm going to stick the two together. And also try to get any excess glue off of the sides and just push them together right there in the carpenter's square. Okay, we want them to be attached well. Paper towel. Get the excess glue off. It takes the wood glue a little longer to dry than it does the hot glue, but the hot glue gives you a super quick bond, okay? So we're gonna do this repeatedly until I have a whole row, one whole row, just like this, of 8. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to set this aside to dry, but this is what we're making. Okay, going to continue this with the other sets 24 more times until I have 25 of these shapes. The paper was becoming a nuisance getting attached to my blocks, so I just took it out. I'd rather scrub the table than deal with the paper. I need to get one of those silicone mats to work with. So be careful of the paper if you're gluing on top of it. Just FYI. Okay, this is the last piece number 25 of 25. And I think it would be a good idea to let this sit to the side for a couple of hours and really let this glue set before I try to attach all of these pieces together, okay? So I'm going to put this aside and let these dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to show you how we will put these all together to make our box. All right, crafty family, now here is what I propose. All right, I wrote this down in my little elementary way, okay? And this is what we're going to do. We are going to take 7 sets of 8 together, okay? So we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections of 8 blocks, and we're going to glue that together 3 times, okay? And that is going to be our, if you look at the box here, that's going to be 1 set for the front, 1 set for the back, and then 1 set for the bottom here, okay? So our 7 sets will make this piece once glued together, 1 will make this piece once glued together, and 1 will make our bottom piece once glued together, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna glue those together with the same technique that I did with them individually. I'm gonna put a little hot glue and a little wood glue both to get this process complete. I did find a few places that my wood glue or paper or something came through, and I just take a little bit of sandpaper, one of the little Dollar Tree sanding sponges, and I just sand that right down. I'm likely either going to paint or stain this. Haven't quite decided. We'll see what it looks like once we get it all together. But that's how you can get rid of any excess glue or whatever that may leak out onto your wood. But you definitely want to get that all prettied up because after we glue these pieces in and let it dry, we're going to be ready for paint or stain. All right, so get everything the way you want it, and then I'm going to glue this together. Okay, so let me show you how I do it, just like with the other blocks. I use my wood glue, and I'm not just gooping it on, but I do have a pretty good amount. Sometimes you get a little excess and you have to wipe it off. I hold that to the side, take the next piece with my fine tip, high temp glue gun, and I'm going to add a thin little layer of hot glue just so that it'll hold it right quick while we bond these two together, okay? So carpenter square again so that we keep these nice and straight. Okay? And this is how we're attaching these. And I'm going to keep going until I have this entire row of 7 attached. Okay, so once you've got your final pieces together, all right, and this is one of your panels. That one didn't quite stick. Uh-oh, I lost another piece. Gonna add some more hot glue to that. That's the benefit of the hot glue. It does make it hold right quick so that your wood glue has a chance to do its work. So I'm gonna add a little more hot glue to this. There's still some wood glue on there. Add a little more to make sure this sticks. Okay. And this is one of our front, back, or bottom. We're going to make three more like this. Now let's put that to the side to dry a bit. And much easier to just take some glue gun and clean this table than it was messing with that paper on the table. Now our side pieces, we've got 3 of these for the front, back, and bottom. These are going to be our side pieces, and it's just 2 glued together that will stand on the side like so. Okay, and 2 glued together. Okay, so let's attach these 2, and then I'm gonna put both sets of blocks to the side. That was a little too much glue on there. Both sets to the side and let them dry completely before we go attaching any further. This thing's probably gonna be a little bit heavy when it gets done. That same technique, a little glue, a little wood glue, a little hot glue, and using our square so we can keep it nice and straight and flat, we're going to adhere 2 pieces to make the sides. Okay? And that, my friends, is one of the side panels. Okay? We'll put it to the side to dry. Let's do this other one. I'm going to let all these pieces just kind of sit for a while and really let that wood glue adhere because now we have to attach all of these pieces to each other. So I'm going to put these just to the side for now. Take a little break. You can work on your lettering. I'm not going to do a Cricut lettering demonstration. Not on this tutorial. I just wanted to show y'all how to put the box together. So maybe work on your Cricut letters while this is drying. The little slogan that goes on the front, take one or do the dishes, you choose. However you want to do your lettering. I may try something different on this box. I opted for a very basic Cricut lettering. I just chose something really simple, lined it out the way I wanted it on the screen, cut it out on vinyl. I used a kind of a shiny chrome vinyl. I thought it would match some of the stainless steel appliances in people's kitchens. Just an idea. Now we're down to the fun part, okay? So we're going to use our 2 sides, okay? Side, okay? Side. Okay, and then we're going to use 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3 for the front, for the bottom, and for the back. Okay, so I am going to using this very same processes that we have been using in gluing the individual tumbling tower blocks. We're going to do the same thing. Like when we glued these, we are going to now glue these like this, okay? So let's make sure we get everything to fit. And I need to figure if I'm going to glue to the top or down here on the side. Okay, so let's see how our side pieces need to fit. And it appears that this will need to be mounted like this, 90 degrees with one piece actually sitting right on the top, okay? You see that? That's how it's gonna go. So we're going to attach. So I'm gonna put some glue on this, and then I'm gonna add some glue right on this little edge, right there. Not here, but on the top. And then this is gonna sit down right on top of here and glue, okay? So, and I also, when I did the others, I had to have a few things to help balance. Let me make sure. Yeah, to help balance. So let's get going. I may need something to help prop or do something like that once we get all of this together. And make sure you've sanded down your glue strings and extra pieces of glue and that. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. And then I'm going to just do a tiny line of glue right on this edge where the two are going to meet. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to set this right at a 90-degree angle, flush, and hold it straight for a bit and let that hot glue catch hold, okay? That's gonna take a couple of seconds for that to happen. You're gonna hold it on, and we're gonna repeat the process with the other side. I actually think what I may do is go ahead and glue one of our sides, and then this will stand up a whole lot better. Okay, but there's the concept. Let's go ahead and put one of our side pieces on. Let me move this real gingerly here. Okay, you see what we've got? One big L. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of the side pieces in so that this will go ahead and stand up. Okay, it's gonna attach. Now this is going to attach to the edge right down here, not on the top, to the edge. That way everything measures out precisely. But I'm gonna go ahead and attach this because I want this back piece to have something to support it, okay? So let's go ahead using the same glue, wood glue and hot glue. I'm gonna use the same idea. Okay, I'm gonna put, and this isn't gonna reach to the top, okay? This has 3 blocks at the top where this doesn't quite meet. The side piece is shorter according to the original that I was copying, okay? So we're only gonna put glue just in the area where the side is going to go. Okay, so I'm gonna add my glue here, right? And add a little hot glue that holds it in place. All right. Oops, I just put that in the wrong spot. Hello. Hot glue in the wrong spot. Needs to go to the front. Okay, right here, not on the side. Okay, and then we're going to attach here. And I want to stand this up properly so we get a good fit. Okay. All right. Now we're going to let this stick for a second. That hot glue starts to work and holds it down in place. Okay. This isn't sticking very well. I may have to add a little bit more hot glue in there. But I'm going to let it sit for a second and see if it catches all the way. And then we'll do the same process on the other side. Okay, now being real careful because this is really fragile still. Until all of this glue gets dried, we're gonna go ahead and add this other side, okay? Doing the same thing that I just did on the other side. I'm gonna add my my wood glue, and then I'm gonna follow up with a bit of hot glue. We need to glue this bottom piece as well. That goes right down there. bit of hot glue. All right. Okay. Line it up. Press it down. And let that sit for a bit. I have decided while I have this just open like this, I'm gonna go and add a little bit of hot glue reinforcement in here to help this stick just a little bit better. This thing needs to be able to hold up on a counter, moving around and all kinds of stuff, and I just want to make certain that my pieces are going to hold. So I'm going to add some hot glue in these places where my wood meets. I'm trying to do it as just a thin line so that it doesn't look ridiculous when we're done. But I did the same thing on the other one, and I feel like this one needs it even more since these are individual blocks and not solid pieces of wood. And now we're ready to add our last piece here, and it will fit right down in here. Where's my sander? See a few things that need to come off of here. I just think it'd be easier to sand it now than wait until after it's all glued together and try to get your sand block into some crazy weird places. So I'm gonna sand off the rest of this glue, and we're gonna attach this right in here. Same wood glue and hot glue technique that we used before. Gonna also add reinforcement on this other side with hot glue like I did on the other one. Now, this has got to dry a little bit before we're ready for stain or paint. But I'm just going back and cleaning up little bits of glue that I'm seeing here and there. And then I'm also going to see if I can find which side looks the prettiest. And that's the side we're going to call the front and put the actual Cricut vinyl on. Put our sign on. Okay, guys, there's our box. All right, that's it. That is essentially it. Now we get to decide if we're gonna paint it, stain it, what color, how you want to do it. But this is the tumbling tower block recreation of the take one and do the dishes. Now this, let's see how they compare pretty well in size. Just about the same. This one I made, like I said, out of the shelves. Okay. These shelves here, and they come in two sizes. They come in a size twice as long as this in a single pack, and then they come these two small shelves in a double pack. I just got rid of the string and the metal hook, but no one can find those. Therefore, we created a tumbling tower block version of the same thing, completely made with tumbling tower blocks. Okay, so you have a total of 25 sets of 8. You do 7 sets of 8 for one side piece or one front piece, 7 sets of 8 for your back piece, and 7 sets of 8 for your bottom piece. 2 sets of 8 for your sides. Okay? And as you can see in the original, the sides are shorter. I don't know why. I just copied. Okay? So, there you have it. 3 packs, total of 200 blocks. There's 72 blocks in a pack. You need a total of 200 for the project. And you can do it like this. Now, I'm going to figure out to paint. I know with these lines, I'm not sure if I'm going to stain or paint, but we'll figure that out and get started. So I opted to do the black stain. Now, I did find this gel stain at Dollar Tree. It wasn't quite the color that I wanted. I wanted something that looked a little bit more like the original, which appeared to be black or some dark gray. So I have opted to use a black stain that I believe I got from Home Depot. So that's what we're going to use on the box itself. Stain it black. And when that's dry, then we'll see how it's looking. I don't know. I may end up painting it, but we're going to go with the black stain for now. Stay tuned. So here, my friends, is the finished product. Okay, that's the front. You have your sides. Okay, that's what it looks like. So we'll put some paper plates and cups in there, and we can set this puppy on display. How many does this hold? There we go. Add some cups. Voila. Paper plate holder. And there you have it, my friends, my paper plate holder that can be used for display on your kitchen counter or bar or wherever you may need to dispense paper plates. Not so bad for just a few bucks of Dollar Tree items. Here it is on display on my counter. Using all tumbling tower blocks and Dollar Tree glue, Dollar Tree paint, even Dollar Tree vinyl if you choose, you can recreate this awesome paper plate holder for about $6. The display on the left is the one we just made using the tumbling tower blocks. The display on the right is the first one I made using the Dollar Tree hanging wall shelves. Now this one is my all-time favorite. It matches my rooster farmhouse decor in my kitchen. I used a couple of picket fence hanging signs from the wood craft section at my local Dollar Tree. This one is my absolute favorite. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, y'all. And happy crafting. Hope you enjoy those paper plate holders. Also, thanks so much for stopping by my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you can know when we're crafting again.